Hello. So, we're going to start a debate about junk food at school. The question is it your right? Like, do you have a right to eat whatever you want at school? Do you have a right to buy whatever you want to eat at school? So, is it your right or is it totally wrong? So, the question is a play on words, like right and wrong, good or bad, and is it your right? Do you have the choice to do what you want? So that's the question. Junk food at school, is it your right or totally wrong? So that's the question you're going to answer when you write your argument. So this is something called a data file, which has lots of statistics about the issue. So I'm going to read through it with you, and I want you to annotate the text. When you annotate here, think about whether the statistic is on the pro or the con side. So the pro side would be, yes, it's my right. And the con side would be, no, junk food should not be at school. Okay? So as you read, that's what you're looking for. Okay. American students are facing a health crisis. This is a serious problem, a crisis. By the way, when you hear me explain what a word is, you need to write that down. American students are facing a health crisis, a serious health problem. Is school food part of the problem, or is it part of the solution? Dun, dun, dun. So I see problem, solution, text structure here. Interesting. Okay. The first heading, a health crisis. Again, crisis means serious problem. Obesity has a serious impact on health. It can lead to diabetes, heart disease, and other life-threatening illnesses. Recent studies show that 1 in 3 American children and teens is overweight or obese. This rate has tripled in the last 40 years, and this is from the American Heart Association. So that is a respected source. It's not from some blog, some website. This is the American Heart Association. This is respected. And 2010, it's not that old. So the statistic is saying that 1 out of 3 children and teenagers are overweight or obese, and that has gone up a lot in the last 40 years. Okay, so would you say that this is saying that health food is your right? I'm sorry, junk food is your right, or junk food should not be right at school, is wrong at school? If 1 out of 3 kids has a weight problem, obviously junk food's going to lead to that. So we would say this one is definitely saying junk food, no, not at school. Okay, let's look at the next statistic. Food by the numbers. Over 30 million students eat school lunches every day. That's a lot of kids. That adds up to 150 million trays of cafeteria food per week. The government has nutritional standards for school lunches. For example, lunch cannot contain more than 30% of calories from fat. And again, this is a respected source. This is the United States Department of Agriculture, Food, and Nutrition Science, 2009. So it's saying that the food that's served in school has standards. Now, does junk food have standards? So if there's a healthy lunch being served, but the kids just eat the chips or the fries that they buy from the snack stand, that is not what this would agree with, right? Okay. So let's look at the last section. Junk food for sale. In 2010, vending machines were available in 52% of middle schools and 88% of high schools. Using vending machines can be an expensive habit. A student can spend up to $10 a week on vending machine food. About 22% of students from elementary school to high school buy food in vending machines every day. The food adds an average of 253 calories per day to each student's diet. Journal of School Health, 2010. Okay. So it says kids are buying food from vending machines, not eating the healthy school lunches. Okay, and that adds extra calories a day. So, extra calories can lead to weight problems. So far in all of these statistics, I only see statistics that say no junk food. I don't see any that say yay junk food. So right away, I'm definitely seeing a bias. And that bias is health first, right? Especially for children. Okay. So as you read through it, think about the statistics that you see, and is there anything as you read through it again that you would argue back, you would talk back against these statistics? So go back through it one more time, and since they didn't give you the other side, the pro right to eat the junk food I want to eat, why don't you write down some of your thoughts?